For more on this, Ahmed Rushdi joins us now in our newsroom in Istanbul. He's the foreign policy advisor for the Speaker of the Iraqi Parliament. So good to speak to you. These protests started over corruption and lack of jobs. Now we're hearing demands for Iranian elements to leave Basra. Help us understand what's Iran's role and has been there.
Well, actually, we all know that the Iranian influences appeared since 2003 in the Iraqi territories, especially in the south, and especially in Basra. We all know that Basra has own oil, and there are so many companies, so many international companies working there. So at the hands of the Iranians already there. They have a consulate there, and they have so many investments in Basra. The most important thing is that what's happened yesterday, the protesters actually attack all the offices, all the parties' offices, and the media channels that belongs to those parties, and for the Hashd al-Shabi, for the militia also. And then they went to the Iranian consulate to try to burn the consulate, but the security managed to do so many things as that, making barricades and so on, that they cannot reach the consulate. But at the end, it shows that there is a huge pressure on the line that it is most supported by the Iranian, which means that the Fatah and the state of law, that means Maliki and the Asaib, the Badr militia also, they have now so many pressure on them because of those demonstrations, and that's why what's going to happen tomorrow is that there is an emergency session. The Prime Minister actually asked for such thing. Muqtada Sadr asked for something like that. But at the end, I think the Prime Minister maybe, just maybe, tomorrow will ask the MPs that he will declare the emergency state if nothing's happened, or let's say if the security situation will not be on control by the Iraqi government.
And what do you think needs to be done to improve the situation?
Well, actually, I don't think there will be immediate improving for the situation. In a way or another, it's more political rather than to be really on the services. At the end, the demonstrators actually attack a kind of militia, not all militia, a kind of parties, not all of the parties. So it shows you it's more political than the other one, than other thing. But at the end, it shows you that the political will for the Sa'irun Hikmah, which is headed by Muqtada Sadr and also by Mr. Abadi, has now the upper hand on the street and also on the government. So it shows you that it's at the end will be translated into how you can make the government which has the majority from Sa'irun, from Hikmah, from Al-Nasr, who has the support of the US and maybe also Saudi Arabia.
And do you think the international community needs to get involved to solve these problems?
Well, those problems stayed for years, about 14 years. What we need now, some sort of a soft government that has very good relations with the international community and also has a good relations with Iran in a way or another. And that means the Prime Minister should be more flexible in a way or another. And also, we need, as everyone is telling us in Baghdad, is that we need the soft government to have 4 ministers who can speak English, has the knowledge of the international structure, and also has a very good relations with the international community and the US, who are the Minister of Oil, Minister of Foreign Ministry, Minister of Planning, and also Minister of Foreign Affairs. Because if there is no real, let's say, flexible government, or let's say more soft government, that means if we're going to go for the other side, that means if we're going to go for the government that's supported by Iran, the international community will not support Iraq, and the rebuilding of Iraq will be stopped. That's what the American threat and also even the international community threat on that. And then they are basing all the support for Sa'irun and Hikmah and the others on that way, that we will not support Iraq anymore if the Iranian influence will be stronger and stronger, especially if the Iranian actually made up the Iraqi government, this Iraqi government.
Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you very much for sharing that insight there, Ahmed Rushdi.